Transformers 1 is a film that establishes a new continuity for the franchise, I think.
Yeah, too bad it's not doing better at the box office. The marketing kind of threw me off for this movie.
It might have been misleading for some people, that's true. It's a shame because the movie is actually quite good, and it succeeds based on portraying an early friendship between Optimus Prime and Megatron that tragically falls apart as they end up becoming enemies.
So let's do another writing analysis segment on this movie. What's the takeaway for good writing you'd pitch for this film?
Okay, I pitched it along these lines. Give a compelling arc to a key relationship that drives the film's main theme.
Can you make that a little simpler for the small folks like me?
In other words, let's look at Optimus Prime and Megatron, who are known as Orion Pax and D16 respectively in the film as their younger selves. The film sets them up as close friends who have each other's backs, as we see in the scene when Orion gives D16 the decal on the train. It's a key scene where we see these two friends are promising to stick together. The film shows how that promise falls apart, and that's the emotional arc overall.
So we saw Orion and D16 eventually becoming enemies in the end. I think they did a good job with pacing out D16's fall from grace. Like, I believed why he was trying to take matters into his own hands, as he saw the hypocrisy and crimes of Sentinel Prime.
That was a key writing choice to set up Sentinel Prime as this political leader who is secretly a traitor to his people. The filmmakers set up this third character who is an antagonist, and he becomes a focal point where Orion and D16 have two very different reactions on how to handle him when the truth is revealed. This also reveals the key character differences between Orion and D16 and how they end up as enemies.
So that's what you mean by having a key relationship driving the film?
Yes, because Orion and D16's friendship turning into a vicious rivalry is the heart of the movie and what we also care about the most. The movie is a tragedy at its core, and it sets up the world of Transformers as we know it, with this battle between good and evil represented by the Autobots against the Decepticons.
The film does a good job with keeping Orion and D16 mostly as friends until the end. I was rooting for both of them most of the way.
And I think that's intended, and the filmmakers pulled it off well. It emotionally hurts us when we like these two characters together, and then we see something driving them apart. Meanwhile, we can empathize with why D16 would turn toward a darker path because he has been betrayed by Sentinel Prime, and he's emotionally blinded to the point where he doesn't see any other path than the one he chooses to take.
I like this key takeaway for good writing. Have a central relationship that has a great arc, and it also drives the film's theme.
Oh yeah, that also hits on the theme of the movie, which I think is something along the lines of our choices are what define us. We can see that in how Orion and D16 react differently in the end.
It's both beautiful and tragic at the same time. Oh, my heart hurts so much from this movie. That's how I know it's good.